But let's get into that first big story. From theweek.com. Court issues 10-day ban on honking in downtown Ottawa. A Canadian judge issued a 10-day injunction Monday banning protesting truckers from honking their horns in downtown Ottawa. Quote, "Tooting a horn is not an expression of any great thought I'm aware of," Justice Hugh McLean of the Ottawa Superior Court said. He also said the ban on honking would not rob demonstrators of their right to protest. A convoy of truckers and other demonstrators protesting Canada's COVID-19 policies entered on January 29th, where they've been for some time. Let me just respond to this here, Justice Hugh McLean. Honking absolutely is an expression of a great thought. He doesn't understand memes, but more importantly, the state. This is Canada, by the way. It's not the U.S., so they can have their backwards garbage policies or whatever. The state should not be deciding what is someone's expression. What comes next? Now people are saying, I'll just yell honk. I'll just get a megaphone and just yell honk into it. Okay, well, I think this is ridiculous, but I will say it shows, the great honking has worked. It's worked to the point where a court has had to issue one of the most ridiculous injunctions I've ever heard of. Honking is forbidden.
Sounds like they're going to try and get them out of there now in the next 10 days. They're like, let's buy ourselves a little time. We'll see if we can get them out. If they can't, 9.5 days from now, they'll issue another ban for 10 more days or whatever. Only 15 days to slow the spread of these truckers all around the country.
I just think it's funny because it's Canada. It's Canada. Honking is banned. It works on so many levels, right? First, people are posting memes where they're like, who would have thought the answer to Clown World would have been honking?
I know.
It's just so good. And then it's happening in Canada of all places, and they got the goose.
Yeah.
So it's just perfect. We live in some kind of constructed reality.
I gotta
simulation.
Say, let me put this on the table. I've been thinking a lot about this. Honking is it can be very. You could argue that it's a kind of noise. Weapons are real. You can destroy someone with excessive amounts of noise. You can hurt someone with that. The CIA knows it. They work with those things. So a lot of noise can be weaponized. Now, so apparently these people are honking and they're violating maybe civil rights, noise violations. But for the Canadian government to start to violate their human rights of like food and fuel seems like that's stoking the bear. Well, this is the great Canadian bear.
Well, this is a Canadian government that, as we know, was seizing their gasoline too. Like, there's this uprising of workers and it's pissing off the people in power in Canada, and it seems that they'll go to great lengths in order to shut them up.
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree with you. They're basically placing sanctions on these people, and then they're arguing that honking is an act of violence.
Honk.
Yeah,
that's
honk.
I've been wondering.
Well, so I was going to say, Ian, I think you're not quite rolling a 1 on this one.
Okay, you got like a 3 or something.
No, maybe a 10.
Oh, okay.
I think there's a guy who's got a train horn, and people are laughing about it because it's triggering people. I'm like, dude, I got to be honest. The train horn might be a little much. Like, honking your horn is honking your horn. Everybody's got one. But mounting a train horn to a vehicle and then blaring it, yeah, I mean, that's not helping your cause out. Honking your horn is annoying. Protests, as AOC says, are supposed to make people uncomfortable. So honking your horn, hey, man, more power to you. If they say, hey, guy, you brought a train horn into downtown Ottawa, I'd be like, yeah, dude, that's like, come on, it's a little much, isn't it? I mean, it's funny, but...
It's when all the trucks come together, they create like a mega horn, which is like way worse than way louder than a train horn. I don't know what to do because I support these truckers implicitly.
I mean, if I'm thinking,
what is that?
I want to help the cause, but I will still acknowledge that this noise can be used as a form of violence, and so I understand kind of both sides of this.
Yeah,
but hold on. Like, what do you mean by violence?
Yeah,
like it can harm. Like if I take a big loudspeaker and put it next to your head and do it, you'll be like and then it'll hurt your hearing, and then it might even start to make you angry, which makes you stressed.
It can be really annoying, but it's not like the truckers are going, he supports the mandates, get him, and then like putting their head next to the horn and honking so they go deaf. I mean, they're honking their horns in a way that makes people uncomfortable. You also have to consider is that these truckers themselves are here day in and day out, and it's going to get annoying to them on some level. So I think they can self-regulate here. I think it's insane that the Canadian government would tell them they're not able to express themselves in this way.
I could see if you're a citizen in Ottawa and living in downtown Ottawa and all day, every day, all you hear is honk, honk, honk. I could see how that would get annoying. At the same time, it's not like they're burning your buildings down like in other protests that we've seen before. So I could see how that would be annoying.
no.
But like,
Did-
did the government step in like this, like in the summer of 2020 in Canada or in the United States?
No, because that would be fascism.
Well, how bad was the rioting in Canada though? I honestly don't know.
Well, the movement was everywhere.
yeah, but
It might not have been as bad as America.